Hi, hello guys. Stream back to the future for the game. போலாம் 2GB RAM கூட அழகா விளையாடலாம் சொல்லிருக்காங்க. So before you begin, you like to notification you match the பரவாயில்ல. கேம் பத்தி எதுவுமே தெரியாது. ஸ்டோரி கேம் அந்த ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். Let's start the stream.
All right, I'm ready.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Einie. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa. Okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
I'm too Einstein. Yeah.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Huh?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Not me. The car. The car.
Oh, car பார்க்கணும் மாமா.
If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this.
Where is the car? Where is the neck car?
What did I tell you?
Where is the car?
The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds.
Ow! Doc, what would happen to the car?
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
You build the time machine out of it.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Doc?
That's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Need to notebook mark in the mark sheet. எங்க போய் நோட்புக் எடுக்கணும்?
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see. It's mass equals I times Z, and E equals the square root of Z times C squared, and the flux...
Doc, something's way off here.
ஏதோ வருது போன வண்டி போன வண்டி எதை இழுத்துட்டு வருதுடோய்.
Doc?
டாக்டர் டாக்டர் கிரீன் கில் மீன்ஸ்டா என்ன மறையுது.
Great Scott!
ஃபியூச்சர் பீட்ஸா
Doc,
காரு.
what is it?
I've made a horrible mistake.
என்ன பாஸ் காமிச்சியா வண்டிய. நைஸ்.
Doc!
என்னடா மறந்துட்டான் டேய்.
No!
என்னடா அது கேம்.
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back!
ஐயோ என்ன ஆச்சு. ஆச்சி என்னடா பண்ணீங்க.
Doc!
கனவா கனவா.
Marty, is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom. It was just a nightmare. I was in the past. And Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now. Back in good old 1986.
அப்ப அது எப்ப நடந்துச்சு.
But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap! I'm late.
என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு தெரியலையே. பேக் டு த ஃபியூச்சர் த கேம் தான் டைட்டில் கேட்க போறேன். எபிசோட் 1 இட்ஸ் அபவுட் டைம். எல்லாம் காலத்தின் வேலைதான். காலத்தின் வேலைதான் எல்லாம். கேவிஎஸ் படி பிக் ஃபேன் ப்ரோ. வாங்க வா கேவிஎஸ். கனவா இருந்தா ஒரு நியாயம் வேணும்டா. எல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாதுடா நீங்க. ஏதோ வாசிக்கிறாங்க. எல்லாம் தான் சில மாதிரி எல்லாம் ரெடியோ செட்லாம் இருக்கு பாருங்க. லோ வாய்ஸ். நான் தான் வாய்ஸ் லோ பண்ணிட்டேன். சரி ஓகே. இப்போ என்ன நார்மலா இருக்கணும். ரொம்ப இது இருக்கக்கூடாது. வாய்ஸ் இப்போ எப்படி இருக்கு.
Dad, are we too late to stop the sale?
சரி
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc's stuff. The city has no right to.
Now, son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty!
Hi, Biff.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just remembering.
என்ன remember பண்றான். Select the item and next so don't leave anything dangerous lying around.
Hey, let me...
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very emotional time for him.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Marty. Hey,
Biff?
sorry.
I miss Einstein. I wonder why Doc didn't take any of these with him. Hey, Dad.
Who running the sale? What you doing here? ஆமா அவன் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு
What's
இருக்கான்?
Biff doing here? He wasn't a friend of Doc's.
It's a
MG
public
செம்மையா
sale,
lag ஆகுதுடா.
Marty. Everyone's allowed. Even Biff.
Who's running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You? Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
இன்னைக்கு சண்டேல எம்ஜி அப்படிதான் இருக்கும்.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad. It took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies.
என்ன கொடுங்கடா. லைக் சேவ் அப்படியே தெரியல. ஏன்க்கா
A fish tank? I never knew Doc raised fish. Doc's fish had weird taste and decor. I kind of like Doc.
நாய் வேற எடுக்க அஞ்சு பண்ணி எடுக்கிறான்.
Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
இவனோட பரதேசி நல்லா பத்து பார்த்தேன் சண்டை போடுவேன்டா.
Come on, I saw it first.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I picked it up first.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, look at what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your business. Doc asked me to...
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something. Ha!
போயிட்டானே ஐயோ அந்த புக்
Feels like that was a lifetime ago. Actually, I guess it was.
வாங்க.
Hey, Biff.
This and that's
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
that's the way it's like.
I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc.
Doc's dead. Time to get over it and move on.
தரமாட்டான்.
It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so bad.
தரமாட்டான்டா.
I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
தரமாட்டேன்.
That notebook wouldn't mean anything to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it.
You calling me ignorant?
சரி இவன் தரமாட்டான்.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
தக்காளிக்கிட்ட இருந்து புடுங்குறது.
Never mind.
ஆகி நான் வேற ஒன்று தான் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
Hey, Dad. About Biff. Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way, but you know where to find me.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know.
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
That notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it.
Now, hold on a minute. Didn't you just get done telling me Doc's still around? Off traveling somewhere?
Yeah?
Then how is it your obligation to protect his legacy? You can't have it both ways, Marty. If Doc's alive, he can protect his own legacy.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
Do you think dreams can predict the future?
Well, you know I don't go in for that mystical stuff, but I do think they can reflect how you're feeling about the future.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad. Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine, you can intervene to prevent your own conception, for example?
Jennifer'd like that. She's into old stuff. Seems kind of empty without the courthouse. Hey, Biff. I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
Never mind. Doc must have whipped up some crazy compounds in that cauldron. It smells like beef stew. Nah. I don't think so.
என்ன பண்ணணும்? Get dark notebook from. அது. Now should I take the guitar black? Black for the guitar. ஆம்ப்ளிஃபையரா? ஓகே. வேற எங்க இருக்கு? இங்க தான இருக்கு. செஞ்சு விடு.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, it's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's done. Well, it's 1 for the monkey, 2 for the snow, 3 to get ready now. Go, Scott, go.
என்ன பண்றது?
Quality's good, but it needs more bass. And treble. And volume.
அது ஏத்துவோம்.
Let's make some noise. And now, something your kids are really gonna like.
Thanks for warming them up for me, Butthead.
நாயே. எரிக்க போகுது இன்னைக்கு.
Now watch me blow the lid off this joint.
Whatever you say.
அது அப்புறமா பண்ணலாம் ப்ரோ. எத்தனை நீ கேக்குறீ? ஆத்தி காரி
Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
செத்து போடா நாய். ஐயோ ஐயோ. செத்தா.
Doc, where are you?
கார் வந்திருக்கு. ஓகே, காருக்குள்ள ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போன நாய் வந்துருமோ? Let's take a look at that. Okay.
Doc?
போனெல்லாம் வெடிக்குது வண்டியில இருந்து. கொடுது.
Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you? Hey, what's that?
Auntie தான் அப்படி போட்டுருக்காங்க.
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these 4-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime, and that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Marty, you come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back, or forward, to whatever it is. I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good luck.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap! Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now?
Follow the back trail. If you enter the current, go to button.
Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc.
Maybe on top. Okay.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
வெளியே வந்துட்டான் டேய் அப்புறம் வெளியே வரான் ஒழுங்கா பார்க்க விட்றாரு கண்ட்ரோல் சரியா வரல ஆச்சு நான் வெளியே வந்துட்டான் போங்கடா என்ன பண்ணுமா ஃபாலோ த ட்ரெயில் ஆஃப் டாக் ட்ரெயிலை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறேன்
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Oh.
I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc. It's too bad you're not a bloodhound, boy.
Notebook. மறந்துட்டோமே அத. Notebook.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Okay. வெளியே வந்துட்டான் ஏய் யார கண்ட்ரோல் தெரியாம வெளியே வந்துட்டு இருக்கான் அடே வெளியே வந்துட்டான் என்ன கதை திறந்து மூடுறான் கடிச்சு ததரா கடிச்சு வச்சுருவேன்
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. Maybe not. Not sure what that'll do. Not sure what that'll do. I don't want to mess up my picture of Dad like that. This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
Marty?
Ah!
Marty?
Ah!
Marty?
Ah!
Marty?
Ah! This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff. Not sure what that'll do.
என்னடா பண்ணோம் சொல்லுங்கடா வழியும் இல்லை Hey, wait a minute. Hi.
What do you know about this Shuaini?
Aha, வேற level.
Great Scott! I think he's onto something.
ஆடா பாவி. இதை கண்டுபிடிக்க எவ்வளவு நேரமாடா? என்ன ஓட்டம் ஓடுது? இது வர்றா? அதெல்லாம் எப்படி வரானுக்கு? அதனால சின்ன குறிக்கிளிகள் கேக்குது.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Aini?
ஆக்டரோட எக்ஸா இருக்குமோ? ஆக்டரோட எக்ஸா இருக்குமோ? கேட்டுக்கிட்டே நிக்குது.
It's locked.
Step away from the door.
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
I am not a physical park me here. Who are you? I got something for you.
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is
உன்
it?
செருப்பு என்கிட்ட
Let me
இருக்கியா?
see.
காட்டுறேன். Let me see. செருப்பா?
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
என்ன லுக் விட்டுட்டு போகுது?
Leave that creature outside!
Sorry, Einstein.
தம்பி வெளியே இருடா. அப்புறம் பார்க்கலாம்டா. சமத்து குட்டி. பாட்டிமா.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But...
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. Have a seat, Sonny.
பேச விட மாட்டேங்குது நம்மள.
Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
நிறைய நியூஸ் பேப்பர்லாம் இருக்கே இங்க. கொஞ்சம் கிடைக்கும் நியூஸ் பேப்பர்லாம் இருக்குண்ணா.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
அதை ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுவோம்.
I don't need to fake a tea whistle while she's in the kitchen.
பேப்பரை எடுத்துட்டேன்.
Juveniles collide with manure truck.
Nice.
Nice picture. Brown Mansion destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded.
Itu.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Tede.
Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall. Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
வேற எங்க இருக்கு? இதான் இருக்கு. வேற எங்கேயுமே இல்லை. இந்த சூப்பர் குட்டி இருக்கு. ஆனா எடுக்கிற மாதிரி கொடுக்கலையே எதுவுமே.
Yeah, that's peculiar. The water still hasn't come to a boil.
ஆனா
The candy looks older than I am.
மறுபடியும் உள்ள போச்சு.
I can't leave now. Miss Strickland's my only hope of finding Doc.
I told you not to touch those.
பேப்பர் வேணும்டா பரதேசி.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree! Yes?
Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Aye, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things. Is that? Ted! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
என்ன வந்திருக்கு சர்ச் க்ளூஸ்
There's the whistle! Surely the water's boiling by now.
Clint Eastwood plunges to death on runaway train. Alright, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
ஏடா
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall shootout. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
The polite guest stays out of the host's kitchen, Mr. McFly. That's what you get with these cheap, foreign-made kettles. But trying to find an American one nowadays... ugh.
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
U! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
That tea's never gonna boil.
அப்பா நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கலாம்டா
Excuse me, Miss Strickland? So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. Yeah, I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
அந்த பேண்ட் டவுன் ஆனது என்னைக்குன்னு தெரியலையே
Don't let me keep you from your business. This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff. I don't want to record them right now. I think I'd better say this for Doc.
I told you not to touch those.
உன்னை இப்போ விசில் அடி வச்சு கிளம்பி வைக்கிறேன் இரு ஓ நீ பத்த வைக்காத அடுப்புக்கு போட்டு விசில் பத்துருவா போ அடுப்பே பத்தாது
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
சாய்ப்புல ராஜா
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall shootout. don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
என்னடா நிக்குது அப்படியே பாதி வீடியோ ஓகே என்ன வாங்கிட்டு போறான் rebuilt in 1932
Rebuilt and built in February 1932. Fire must have happened before then. But when?
date
Don't look
I
at
need
me.
a date.
I'm far too old for you.
நிக்குது அப்போ எப்போ எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது அதை கண்டுபிடிக்க ஏதாவது வச்சிருப்பீங்களே Wait.
Miss Strickland lost that shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. And I know that was sometime in 1932. But I've got to get more specific than that if I'm gonna find Doc. What are these?
My editorial trophies.
Cat Lovers Quarterly.
It's legitimate journalism.
I didn't even know they gave out trophies for best litter columnist.
Wait, it's this.
Is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
Marshall Strickland.
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over
That's not how I
100
remember
years
it.
ago.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing. Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ms. Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
That tea's never gonna boil. Miss Strickland? So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
Audience போ
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
இன்னும் நம்பிக்கிட்டு இருக்க ஆன் பண்ணாத அடுப்புக்கு எதுக்குடா வச்சிட்டு
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order. Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out! Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
போலீஸையே கூப்பிட்டாடா பாவி. யாரா அது? நான் கெட்டப் மாத்திட்டு வந்துட்டானா?
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Work uniform, costume to school play. I dress for Halloween. Halloween board.
It's a costume. Tonight's the big Halloween party.
Halloween party? In May?
May, I do.
Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone. You ready to go, Einstein? I've got to turn on the time circuits first. Time circuits on. Flux capacitor, fluxy. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
ஒரு நாள் முன்னாடி தான் போகணும். நீ ஏன் முன்னாடி பின்னாடி போற? அதே நாள்ல ஏன் போற? அதை நேர ஆளவினா நம்ம எந்த மனுஷர கேம் விளையாடுறனே தெரியலையே. அதான் அப்படி சொல்றாங்க அவங்க. சவுண்ட் ரொம்ப தெரிக்குதா? சவுண்ட் கம்மி பண்ணிக்கலாம் இருங்க. எனக்கே காதுல தெரிக்குது. எஃபெக்ட் போதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். வாய்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணிப்போம். அத்தி போதும். என்னடா காணாம போயிடுச்சு காரு? மாயம் இல்லை மந்திரம் இல்லை. பாருங்க வித்தை பாருங்க, வித்தை பாருங்க, குரங்கு வித்தை. என்னடா லேட்டஸ்ட் கார்ல இருந்து ஸ்மார்ட் கார் வந்துருச்சு. அது 76 நிக்காத, வண்டி உடைஞ்சிரும். ரத்த ஃபியூச்சரா? really exclusive, seriously. Very 2 miles நடந்தே போங்க.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
செட்டப்ல பார்த்த வாட்ச்
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who? Me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
There are some AI.
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Ask him where I can get the address.
Ah, I see! Because you want to blast it to smithereens, just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's... Michael Corleone.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Corleone. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
I know. I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc. I gotta find Doc.
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, bum.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that? Hello?
No solicitors!
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there. Where is the jail in 1931 anyway? Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like, a hunting lodge?
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients. Wow, looks like they used a real shark. I can sightsee later. Right now, I've got to find the dock. Hey, how you doing, Einie? I can sightsee later. Right now, I've got to find the dock.
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk? Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well?
Well, what?
Well, what are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly?
Yes?
That hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Maybe I should go to the jail and talk to Doc before I start dialing random people in 1931. There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. Okay. Hey, Never mind.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No.
Then scram.
Hill Valley Police Station. Cripes, this place looks old, even for 1931. I think I'll just talk to Doc from out here. Psst, Doc!
Marty!
Doc!
What are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system. Of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan.
A plan, right. But what?
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me, me. 1931 me.
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Psst, Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
How do you remember this phone number after 50 years?
It's a mnemonic for a dirty punchline I learned when I was 12. Now, get to the soup kitchen and find out where I am.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
Okay, what are you doing in daily? Where have you been? Where are the question irka? I find your notebook.
I know this really isn't the right time or place, but I found your notebook.
Ah, so that's where I left it. Why'd you bring it here?
Because the bank's selling off all your stuff.
They can't do that.
That's what I keep trying to tell them.
Well, you hold on to it for safekeeping. We'll deal with my financial situation in 1986 after we save me from a grisly death in 1931.
Okay, where have you been?
Where have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable teenagers.
Hang
in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Okay, இப்போ என்ன பண்ணோம்? Phone to the brown distance. ஐயோ சூப்பு கடையில் தானே பார்த்தேன் ஃபோனு. ஓடு 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 ஓடு. சூப்பு கடை இங்கே தான் இருக்கா? அப்போ சூப்பு கடைக்கு போயாச்சு. உள்ளே போக மாட்டான். அவனை எப்படி எவ்வளோக்க? இல்லை phone தான் பார்க்கணும். அடி phone.
Brown residence?
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
I'm gonna miss me. Looking for Emmett Brown.
What are those tables for?
We keep a few extra tables around for our end-of-the-month hobo soirees.
Okay. Hey, never mind.
உங்களுக்கு தான் கியூட் பால் பேர் வச்சிருக்கீங்களாடா? எங்க போய் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது இவனை இப்போ? ஓ மை காட். சரி வா, ஒவ்வொரு இடமா போய் தேடி பார்ப்போம். பேங்க்குள்ள கண்டிப்பா விட மாட்டாங்க தெரிஞ்சிச்சுன்னா.
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
ஓகே, இந்த இடம் கிடையாது. இதான் ஆஃபீஸு.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
ஓகே, வேற எங்கேயோ போகிறேன். டவுன் வேற இருக்கு. எங்கேயா?
I don't need anything in there, and I don't have any money.
தெரியுதுடா, அப்போ எங்கே போகிறதுன்னு தெரியலடா. பார்பர் ஷாப்பு.
I better not go back in there. They're angry, and they've got scissors. Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
கோட் ஹவுஸ் எங்கே இருக்குமே தெரியல. ஏடாடி வேற.
I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients.
இந்த கோட் ஹவுஸ் எங்கே இருக்கு? இதான் கோட் ஹவுஸ். இது கிடையாது. இதான் இருக்குமோ? ஆமாயா, இதான் என் கோட் ஹவுஸ்.
Don't touch those! These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, H2A multiplied by the inverse.
என்ன பண்ணு? ஓ, கன்வேஷன் எம்பரோட இருக்கு வா. அப்ப எங்கடா சுத்திட்டு இருக்கான்? எங்கடா காணாம போயிட்டான்? ஓடுடா இருக்குன்ட்டு. நாய் காணாம போயிட்டான். எங்கடா போனான்? இருக்கானா? சரி நில்றா ஓடாதடா. ஓடாத நில்லுடா.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty. Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong. Coefficient of friction remains constant.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character!
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. No. Not possible. No.
I don't need to go in there anymore.
Now if H...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Missing here. Or do we take H?
Doc's notebook doesn't belong to him. Okay, actually, it does belong to him, but not yet. In any event, it's probably a really bad idea to give him a book full of all the things he hasn't invented yet. don't think that picture's gonna do anything but confuse people. Nah.
Not possible. No. Or do we take H to stand for the Hermitian line operator?
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. Constant and the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Now if H... Of H stand for one.
I wonder who really burned down the speakeasy. Man, young Doc mumbles even more than old Doc. Hey, how you doing, Einie?
The gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Now if H stand for the one-dimensional harmonic.
I wonder if old Doc would know what young Doc is mumbling about. I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Brown residents.
What are those tables for?
We keep a few extra tables around for our end-of-the-month hobo soirees.
Doc!
Morty, how goes the escape plan?
What do you know about Edna Strickland?
Edna? We never really socialized when I was younger. She was a few years older than me, and we traveled in different socioeconomic circles. Why do you ask?
She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you.
A story? Oh, yes, now I remember. Ask Edna, the etiquette column that doubled as a pro-temperance soapbox. She believed that the consumption of alcohol would inevitably lead to a complete societal breakdown.
Sounds like a fun gal.
You should have seen her when the hippies started showing up in the 60s. She just somehow lost her mind.
That would explain a lot. What's the story with this kid Tannen jerk anyway?
Biff's father? By this time next year, he'll be pulling down a life sentence in San Quentin. There was even a song about it.
Wait, if Biff will be born in 1938, and Kid will be in prison...
As I recall, he escaped from prison in 1937 for about 3 hours.
That's a busy 3 hours.
No kidding.
So how are Clara and the kids?
They're fine, fine. Right now we're trying to decide where to send Jules and Vern to college. Clara prefers the 2020s, but I'm partial to the 1960s. We're planning on visiting you and Jennifer in 2011 soon.
Me and Jennifer? In 2011?
Oh, forget I said anything.
Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces by a train.
It's a fantastic story. Do you remember when the DeLorean got struck by lightning in 1955?
Yeah?
Unbeknownst to either of us, the lightning produced a temporal duplicate of the time machine, one that was tossed 70 years into the future.
What?
I found out about it during a trip to 2025 and recovered it just in time to stop Griff Tannen from vandalizing the time stream.
Heavy. So that DeLorean...
is for all intents and purposes the exact same machine as the original. Plus or minus little bells and whistles I've added over the years, of course.
Well, I met your younger self.
Great.
And I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections, so I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him, but right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The Expo?
Yes, the Expo! How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure, one which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Okay, were you muttering?
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
Okay.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Deadline-ஆ? பரதேசி இதெல்லாம் முன்னாடியே சொல்லாம இப்ப சொல்லிட்டு டெட்லைன்ற பத்தியா இங்கே கடந்து விட்டு போயிடணும்.
Doc!
இல்லடா வேற ஏதாவது கேட்கணுமா? வேற என்ன? What are you doing that even?
So, what were you doing in 1931 anyway?
Oh, nothing terribly exciting. Indulging in a little personal nostalgia, picking up a few rare out-of-print books to surprise Clara on her birthday, solving a historical mystery or two. The usual.
The usual? You lead a pretty unusual life, Doc.
It's an unusual universe, Marty.
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
நம்ம விஷயம் தான் வருது
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
யார் சந்தோஷன்? Hi bro. கேம்களை போட்டு தாக்குவோம். ஓடுறாங்க ஒரு பைத்தியம் பேர் ஓடிட்டு இருப்பான் அவனுக்கு. சூப்பர் சூப்பர் சூப்பர்.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Hey, where is it? Kaata mudidada. Where enna pesradhu?
About your...
Say it.
Odu kola poda poram parampo. Convince பண்ணு சொல்லியாச்சு. ஓகே. என்னத்த வச்சுற கன்வின்ஸ் பண்றப்போ? அப்படி படுத்துறீங்க நீங்க வேற.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
About your...
Don't say it. Dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally H2A multiplied by... The inversion of H has to...
Anti-odd give the time to pay your aspect. Anti-emit. Try to record the emit mode. Aha! This is நல்லா இருக்கே.
Expectation value of A, right? Not a...
Recording.
What am I missing here? Oh, well, no. I'm going to be the inverse. No. Of H stand for one-dimensional.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation value, but only if the coefficient... Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. It's Newton, but how many Newtons are required to maintain a constant massive acceleration? Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Is reduced by the inverse of its derivative of the speed relative to the speed of light. Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse. Which brings us back to H.
ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஏவா ஏடா எதுவும் சயின்டிஃபிக் கன்க்ளூஷன்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு லாயர் நான் சொல்கிறேன். வாடா 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 ஆடா வந்துக்கிறேன் வாடா. இதை அவன்கிட்ட போறாங்க எங்கடா போறாங்க?
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
சொல்றானே.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணியாச்சா?
The age expectation value.
ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண வந்து போய் காட்டலாமா?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Doc will want to hear this.
சூப்பு கடைக்கு போகலாம். சூப்பு கடைக்கிட்ட அங்கே எல்லாரும் போகலாம். நல்லா டைம் ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஹாய் ஹாய் லைவ் பார்க்குற அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க.
Doc! So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was going to say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
What was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it. Hang in there, Doc.
லைப்ரரி வேன் பண்ணி பார்த்துப்போம்.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator?
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
From future, from not YouTube.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket power drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
I really need a rocket. I really need.
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
We'll say today. I need to write this after.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. If it'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
என்ன பண்ண சொல்ல போறாங்க தெரியல. என்னடா பண்ணப்போ என்ன அக்கிட்டியே கொடுக்கல. ஓ இப்போ நம்ம கூட இருக்காராமா. அபோட் சப்னா அபோட் பை வாட் அபோட் கிட்டிடா ஓய் வராது.
Some of us down at the patent office are wondering, what made you think of a rocket-powered drill?
Ah, that'd be Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It was a revelation.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. This subpoena's for Arthur McFly?
Have you seen him?
For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding.
Brilliant deduction, Einstein.
You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas?
Father's always sending me out to do these dirty jobs. He wants to expose me to different kinds of people. All he's exposed me to is a lot of new curse words.
Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on a fuel that, isn't illegal?
Illegal? What does law have to do with science? Science has its own laws. You, of all people, should know that.
But couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else?
Like what?
I don't know. Gas, maybe?
Gasoline? Yesterday's news. You'll see. By 1940, automobiles will all run on pure alcohol.
If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no?
Look, what's the worst thing that can happen to me on this job?
You could get shot.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's nothing compared to what I'll get if I mouth off to my pop.
Okay, any idea?
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
Any idea where we could find Artie?
Not a jot. If only we had a way of tracking him.
What do you know about Arthur McFly?
Certified accountant. Graduated Hill Valley 5 classes ahead of me. Seems like a nice fellow, actually.
How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen?
Who knows? Sometimes people find themselves stuck in situations they can't get out of.
How
about Kid Tannen? What do we know about him?
He's loud, he's obnoxious, he's not very bright, and he doesn't like anybody getting in his way.
Yep, that's a Tannen, all right. Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
We'll get that subpoena delivered, or my name isn't...
Michael Corleone!
Yeah! Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
Okay, what about the story? I'm not sorry about it.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
What's the Stay Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
I know a place where the Stay Sober Society can meet.
Oh? Where?
ஐயோ எங்கடா ஆத்தி பம்பூடு நமக்கே தெரியாதே ப்ரௌன் ரெசிடென்ஸ்.
The Brown residence.
You mean Judge Brown's place?
Yeah, I happen to be good friends with his son Emmett, and he's told me the judge would love to lend his place out for, you know, good causes like yours.
Really? Why, that's the most generous, public-spirited offer I've received in a month of Sundays. Please, tell your friend Emmett we accept. The meeting isn't due to start for a little while, so that'll give our people some time to set up.
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
I got a book.
Oh? Where?
We'll get that subpoena delivered.
அங்க 2 பீஸ் நிக்குது, அதுல போய் பேசுவோம். என்ன போட்டிருக்காங்க? எமிட் நீட் ஆர்டுக்காக தெரியுமே.
What the hell, Matches? You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here! How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
I guess I am. சரி, தொலைவோம். என்ன சொல்கிறான்னு பார்ப்போம். யார் சொல்கிறா கேட்டு
How come you won't let the Stay Sober Society hold their meeting in the cellar of your soup kitchen?
We got other plans for that cellar, and it don't necessarily involve staying sober.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee, and he's very busy today.
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut ball.
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoeshine boy? I'm hanging on to my peanut ball.
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
On second thought, I'm not hungry.
Then quit wasting my time. Shine!
Edna Strickland thinks your soup kitchen might not be on the up and up.
That dame gets on my nerves. Got a great pair of gams, though.
How come you won't let the Stay Sober Society hold their meeting in the cellar of your soup kitchen?
We got other plans for that cellar, and it don't necessarily involve staying sober.
So, one more thing about that hat.
You're testing my patience, boy.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, break time's over. Back to work.
About Arthur McFly.
Yeah?
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
So one more thing about that hat.
You're testing my patience, boy.
I sure could go for some peanuts.
Lucky for you, I'm in a giving mood.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Hey!
What did you do?
Oh!
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett! Emmett!
நல்லா டான்ஸ் ஆடுறானே. நான் ரன்னிங்லயே கார்ல ஏறுவோம்.
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen! Ow! Fix me up!
ஆபீஸ்க்குள்ள முந்தாங்களா? ரைட்.
Where do you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
சரி. என்னடா பண்றது? ஐடியா. Maybe it's the same market. Wait till let's see. It is dark. நாய் இருக்கிறது தெரியல அங்கே டேய் அப்படி போகக்கூடாது எப்படி போகணும்
Hey, honey, come here for a sec, boy. Hey, boy, can you find the guy who belongs to this hat?
Where's he going?
Only one way to find out.
Hello. தலையை வந்துருங்க பார்த்தியா அப்பா 4 சென்ட்லேருந்து 40 சென்ட்டுக்கு மாறிட்டாங்க ஒரு வழியா என்னையே ரெடி வழியா
Huh, deja vu.
சரி இப்போ எப்படி உள்ள போகிறது
Yeah? Who is it?
It's McFly!
Shh, I know! Hey, Arthur, can you come down a minute?
Do I know you?
I got something.
We've got something for you.
It's a
subscription to the Accountant Weekly. He won't come out if he knows why we're really here.
No, right.
I'm not interested. And besides, the boss won't let me leave the room. Sorry, some other time.
What now? It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
We represent the law.
You don't want to go against the law, do you?
No, but I don't want to go against Kid Tannen either. And he ordered me to stay put till he gives the word. Sorry, some other time. What now?
It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
I got some. Your family.
I'm your mother's great nephew.
You mean my second cousin?
Yeah.
Glad to know you, but I can't leave this building till the boss says so. He's given strict orders. Sorry, some other time.
Sorry, some other time. Hello, children, dialogue. What
now?
It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
We've got some important information for you, but we can't yell it. It's private.
Then put it in a postcard and send it. I'm stuck up here till the boss tells me I can leave. Sorry, some other time.
என்னடா பண்றது வர மாட்டறான் என்ன சொன்னாலும்
Thanks for bringing us here, boy. We'll take it from here.
Hey.
Need any help?
Never mind.
என்னடா பண்றது வாட்ஸ்அப் க்ளோஸ்ல இருக்கு என்ன ஓபன்ல இருக்கு எதுவும் ஓபன் இல்லையே போன வரை திரும்பி வரானு என்ன பண்றது இப்போ பண்றது என்ன பண்ணோம் Help investors number.
Well, well, look who's back. They say rats always return to the scene of the sinking ship. Get 'em, matches.
Okay, jump at stake. Terus pertanyaan மேலாம் ஏறான்.
Come down from there, you son of a bitch! Right now! That's an order!
செத்து போடா நாய்.
Don't make me angry, Smucko! Get down here and face the music!
Einstein! Help!
Lay off! Get away from me, you crazy mutt!
Go away, dog. We're busy here. Go on, scram. Hey! Where'd he go?
You let him get away, idiot!
I think for this work. Try to record it well. Yeah. Okay. Start now. That's right. Start பண்ணலாம்.
Hey! Hey!
அடா ரெக்கார்ட் பட்டன் கொடுத்தா அப்படிங்க மறுபடியும் மேலே ஏறிப்பான்.
What do you think you're doing up there, you scrawny little runt? Get down here right now!
Ooh. Planning. பாத்தியா இல்லையா தலைவன் எப்படி பிளான் பண்றான்?
Hey, Einie!
Look out, boss. It's that crazy mud again.
I can't believe you lost him again!
தம்பி எனக்கு பிடிக்க முடியாது பாருங்க. இப்போ வர நம்ம போலாம்.
We'll get that subpoena delivered.
சரி இப்போ தொப்பி எடுத்து வந்து காட்டும். ஏய் கூட்டு போடா. ஒருத்தன் நடந்து போக முடியாது.
This hat belongs to my grandfather.
சரிதான் நடந்தே போயிடுவோம் வா.
Need any help?
Never mind.
What now?
What do you think you're doing up there, you scrawny little runt? Get down here right now!
It's Kid. Right away, boss! Where's Kid?
Hey! Arthur. Maybe I should have led with the subpoena. I hope Arthur's still where I left him.
What now?
It's me again. Please come down.
Why?
We've got something for you.
It's a
subscription to the Accountant Weekly. He won't come out if he knows why we're really here.
No, right.
I'm not interested. And besides, the boss won't let me leave the room. Sorry, some other time.
I don't want to record them right now.
What now?
What do you think you're doing up there, you scrawny little runt? Get down here right now!
It's Kid. Right away, boss! Where's Kid?
Need any help?
Never mind. We'll take it from here. Excuse me? Arthur.
அது தெரியுது. Minecraft next போட்டுறலாம்.
Need any help?
Never mind.
போட்டுறலாம்.
I don't want to record them right now.
What now?
What now? டைமர் ஓடுதா அதுல? நைஸ்ரா. அது தெரியுது. இப்ப என்ன பண்றது? வெளியே வர வைக்கிற ஸ்டெப்.
What do you think you're doing up there, you scrawny little runt? Get down here right now!
It's Kid. Right away, boss! Where's Kid?
Pubg. இருக்கு.
I'll give it back to him after I give him the subpoena. Arthur McFly?
Yeah?
Got something for you.
Thanks. A subpoena?
Ordering you to appear in court and provide evidence in the investigation into...
Kid Tannen? Take it back!
You can't get rid of it, Mr. McFly. Once you've been served, it's your duty to report to the court at the earliest possible time. Failure to do so could lead to a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest! But kid'll kill me. Stupid Artie. Holy cats, what am I gonna do?
I suggest you avail yourself to the protection of the court.
Oh gosh, oh gosh.
Oh, I hate doing stuff like that. But I won't have to much longer.
No?
Once we get that 190 proof alcohol and build my rocket drill, my future will be set and I'll be able to quit this crummy job.
Oh, right.
என்ன பண்ணோம் எம்பிடி நாளே சொல்லுங்க தெரியுமே
I don't need to go in there anymore.
என்ன பண்ணப்போ
Have you read The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells? Not yet, but it's on my list.
We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
You set up the delivery, now get it ready. Your challenge now take you the soup kitchen. அரை நேரம் அங்கே தான் போச்சு கிடைச்சிருக்கீங்களா தெரியல சூப்பர் கிச்சனு இதான் அதுக்கு பேரல் எடுக்கணுமா
Hey, cue ball.
What?
The truck just arrived with a fresh shipment of, soup.
Soup?
Well, this is the regular soup, and this is the special soup.
Right. Special.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm spicing up the soup. It's my secret recipe.
Listen, this ain't the Savoy, and we ain't here to feed these bozos no fancy soup. The boss has got a business to rebuild, so knock off the goofing and mind your post.
All right. Just try the soup. Well?
I can see why you want to keep this a secret.
எது ஸ்பெஷலு எது நார்மலுப்பா பொண்ணுமா போ யாரும் ஸ்பெஷல் பேசுறாங்க
What about those barrels?
What about them?
What kind of soup is that?
It's not it's special soup.
What's special about it?
It's made for grown-ups, kid.
A soup for grown-ups?
That's right, kid. Be nosy. See where it gets you.
சரி இது வித்தியாசமான மெத்தடா இருக்கு
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Could I have a bowl of soup?
We're a soup kitchen. What do you think?
What kind of soup is this? It tastes like...
Scrolle ribolita?
I was gonna say week-old cabbage.
Everyone's a critic. Look, all I got to work with is this 2-bit soup in a barrel and spice rack that hadn't been restocked since the Coolidge administration. What do you think I should do to perk this slop up?
Let's see. Have you tried... giving the soup a little heat, maybe?
Why, is it getting cold?
No, I mean, like chili powder. Muy caliente.
Oh, bit of a tough guy, huh? Actually, I like it spicy too, but it's gotta be edible for the common folks.
Come on, a little dash isn't gonna kill anyone.
Aw, heck. You got moxie, kid. Let's spice it up a bit, shall we?
Brown residents?
Huddle up, Emmett.
Huddle?
Just listen up for a second. All right, I think I figured out which barrels have the hooch.
Then what are you waiting for?
He's not just gonna give me a barrel.
Of course. Well, you seem to have a way with people, so I'll leave it up to you to trick that lummox into giving up his moonshine.
Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut.
The door? So your plan is to just waltz in there and take a barrel of alcohol?
No, of course not. That would be stupid, right?
I'll say.
Still, I'd like to get that door open. I can't do anything from out here.
Well, it's a simple matter of physics. A lever, some sort of stop. Let me see what I can come up with.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. Okay, I've got some more ideas about your soup.
Do tell.
Let's see. Have you tried... parsley? It might help to, complement the mellow flavor of the cabbage.
Compliment the mellow... What are you talking about?
Trust me.
You might be onto something, kid. Let me see what I got.
Eureka!
Emmett,
Yes?
Oh, that's interesting.
Just a little mechanical ingenuity. In the end, the door is open.
Yeah, good job. All right, I think I figured out which barrels have the hooch.
Then what are you waiting for?
He's not just gonna give me a barrel.
Of course. Well, you seem to have a way with people, so I'll leave it up to you to trick that lummox into giving up his moonshine.
We'll score that hooch somehow.
I'll keep cogitating.
Pretty neat, Doc. Nope. I'm still not getting through here. But at least those tables are propped up now. I hope Doc Jr.'s thingamabob holds out. Eli thought she was drunk and said to her, "How long will you keep on getting drunk? Get rid of your wine." Eli should mind his own business. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Actually, I won't be born for about 40 years.